And welcome back to Cracking the Coding interview number 4. So the instructions for this challenge are the following. Given two strings containing the special character, hashtag or number sign, whatever you want to call it, I'll call it hashtag, which represents in our case a backspace, you need to print true if both the strings will be equal after processing the backspace. So we have an example here. The input is this string and this string, and the output is true. So why is this? It's because we have AS followed by two hashtags, so this represents backspaces. That means that we delete A and S. Then we continue NGD hashtag, so we delete the D. And we continue CD hashtag, so we delete this last D. So after processing all the backspaces, this string becomes simply NGC. This string also becomes NGC because we have G hashtag, so this G is deleted and we stay with NGC. After processing, this also becomes NGC, this also becomes NGC, so they are both equal, and so the output should be true. Okay, so try to code the solution by yourself and then get back to the video. Okay, so we're going to solve this challenge, and we're going to create this function called process backspaces. Okay, we're going to receive as a parameter a string, and we're going to create now two variables. The first one is result, and the second one is the number of backspaces. Result, which will be an empty string, and the number of backspaces, which will be 0 right now. Then we're going to iterate through each of the character of the string, so for character in string, and we're going to check if character is equal to hashtag, then increase the number of backspaces by 1. Else, we have to check if backspaces is different from 0, or simply if backspaces, so this is equivalent to this, but this is shorter. If backspaces, we're going to say, well, the result is going to be the whole string until minus the number of backspaces. And then we have to reset the number of backspaces to 0. And finally, we have to concatenate our result string with the current character. So that's how we concatenate characters with this plus equal operator. And that works fine, but there is a little problem here. So suppose we have one or more hashtags at the end of the string. So the number of backspaces is going to increase, and we reach the end of the for loop and we don't reach this condition here. That deletes our characters. So we have at the end of the for loop to check again if the number of backspaces is different from 0, or simply say if backspaces, if there's any backspaces, then result is going to be result the whole string until minus the number of backspaces, and we're going to return result. So simple as that. Let's test our backspaces process backspaces function with the input we had in our example. So as ngd hashtag cd hashtag. So it becomes ngc. Now let's test it with ngc. It remains ngc. So finally, we just have to create a function that calls this process backspaces function. So let's call this function simply process, I don't know, and string 1 and string 2, and we're going to return simply process backspaces string 1 is equal to process backspaces string 2. So this is our function, and let's call it. So this is as hashtag ngd hashtag cd hashtag, and the second string is g hashtag ngc, and the answer is true. If we delete, for example, this hashtag here, the answer becomes false. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.